Okay, are we back? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Back. There we go. All right. Very good. All right. Yeah, that's right. YouTuber. At first they thought I said YouTube. Then I realized I said Roku, and they said, he's out of there, buddy. Oh, my goodness. Goodness gracious. So, by all means, let's take a look at that. Let's think, no matter what your situation, you can think of how can I be more places. Now, the great granddaddy of live streaming, my buddy Amnon Nissan, he routinely streams to 4 or 5 different places on a Sunday morning when he does the Computers 2K Now show. I don't know if he does. I guess he does multiple places too with the other shows he produces. And they're free channels that you've never heard of or that I've never heard of that might not be around tomorrow. But there might be something to be said for taking that same philosophy and actually spending a couple of nickels on it and trying to get in a place where we can be seen by a greater audience. All right, Jim J says, Roku is a must if you're serious about reaching people with TV box top sets, and the newer TVs actually have Roku built into them. And I think the question for me, and probably for a lot of you too, is, okay, so it's great that you've got a Roku channel. It's great that you've got, that you can be on all those TVs. But how do those people find you? I guess they find you because they were watching you on YouTube and they decided to pop over to their Roku. Or is there a way to find some of that Roku audience that doesn't already know about you and get there? That's kind of what I'd like to have. Gilliam says it's difficult to be more present than with YouTube. YouTube is mobile and global. You can do the same thing with OTT, or else it's just more expensive. And I think Gilliam really sums it up. But it's a question of eyeballs. And if I've already got all the free eyeballs I can get on YouTube and Facebook, do I need to start paying a penny for some of the other eyeballs? And RJ's asking, so again, for clarification, would I be paying bandwidth for a single stream to Roku, or for each Roku viewer watching the stream? That's a good twist on that question. Yes. Jim says you promote your channel number on your social sites and website. So they're just saying for people that watch Roku that don't want to watch you on their laptop, they can watch you on Roku if they know you. Sorry, am I keeping you guys up? Rick says that Facebook and Twitter drives his viewership. That's good. That assuming that you have a Facebook following and a Twitter following. There's the prerequisite there. William says they find you when you promote your channel, which is more money. Okay, so how do you promote a Roku channel? Is there a Roku channel promotion process that Roku sponsors? Like a search? Rick says, will smart TVs allow me to program in certain channels from Roku? Good question. Probably a question for the Best Buy Blue guys. Dave says, we set our members' Roku unit for them if necessary so they can watch our services. Good point, Dave. And Dave is saying that from a church perspective of the church, I think, Dave, if I understand that right, of the church actually providing the Roku device for the church member that can't get to church on a regular basis because they're infirm in some way. Gilliam says Roku is for pay-per-view or subscription model. All right. And Rick says that Roku resyndicates an originating stream and does not charge for bandwidth. Okay. So whatever you have to pay to get it to Roku, at that point it becomes their nickel. Jim says it's really important to make sure your audience knows you have the Roku channel. You move up the Roku channel platform by numbers of viewers. Ah, thank you, Jim. That's really good. Gerald Griffiths here. Hi, guys and gals. Jim says it's kind of like moving up in Google search. There you go. Okay. Chris says Test P is wanting to stream live now. Did you get a notice? Oh, my goodness. Well, she can come join us here. I'll give her a number. She can call right in. Okay. Dave says, yes, it's so easy to set up and most members can do it themselves. And Sunday Streams, there you go. Here's a good one, guys. Sunday Streams provides a Roku channel for free. All right. And Gilliam has given us Roku cost at instantvchannel.com. Good. A lot of help there. And by the way, if you're wondering, I leave the chat untouched until next week's show. And prior to next week's show, I will erase the chat, just so if you're searching for something, you find it, and it's not older than a week, you'll find it more easily. All right, RJ is asking, Rick, if 10 people are watching my live stream in Roku, is my CDN sending an individual stream, or is Roku handling the distribution single stream? And Jim says Roku handles the distribution. Chris says the test looks like a 20-minute recorded show. Ah, okay. And Jim clarifies your only cost is the bandwidth to get it to them one time. And Rick says simple stream. Okay. So RJ says, so only one bandwidth stream from my CDN. There you go. So if it's a single bandwidth stream from the CDN, I see where RJ is coming from. Why can't you just stream to Roku directly? Why do you have to go through a third party if it's just a single stream? Because I can do a single stream. Interesting. So maybe we need a vMix feature request to allow vMix to stream to Roku the way Sunday Stream streams to Roku. Maybe. Thank you very much. You can put that in there. I won't claim ownership to it. All right. Rick says, in his opinion, you should only originate a single stream from the venue, then let the cloud resyndicate to Facebook, YouTube, and all the OTTs. I agree with that, and I disagree with that. How about that? People are asking me questions these days, and I'll tell you, well, the answer is really yes and no. Let me tell you why it's yes, and then I'll tell you why it's no, and we can pick which side you want to fall on. I agree that we should only do a single stream from the venue. But at the same time, I'm a control freak, and I like to know, and I want to be able to see it. I don't know. The jury's still out with me on that one, Rick, because I don't like to involve a third party any more than I have to, or a fourth party, or a fifth party, as the case may be. Because that's a single point of failure. All right, so Boris has got to go. He hopes to see us next week. RJ says, is Joycast the only option for single stream distribution? No, there's something called Restream.io. And I noticed that, who did I notice? Some of the CDNs now are restreaming in addition. Was it Streamshark I was looking at last night? that said that they will restream your stream not just to their service, but also to Facebook and YouTube. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Richard was recommending a 24-hour show for us all to join. Huh, I missed that, sorry. All right, Gilliam says, if you're interested in creating an OTT channel, I recommend iReplay. It's possible to test and create a channel for a week or a year, for example. It allows you to monetize. Very good. Good tip. Let's take a look at that. Drum says, can we as streaming idiots have our own channel together? Well, that would be fun, wouldn't it? And, you sign up and you got a block of time and you stream your content during that block of time. And then if there's an empty block, somebody else can sign up for it, or it'll stream somebody else's stuff on demand. Rick says, all the setup is done in advance. Restream.io is a resyndicator. Yep. Jim says, but if you're focusing on producing an event, it's hard to monitor so many platforms. Oh, I agree. I do agree. Jerome streams to Facebook and a CDN. Blue Fram is also a multi-platform distribution platform. Rick says, good luck, everyone. Tom, thanks for the show. Very interesting. Bye. Rick, thanks for coming. We're glad to have you here. And come back again. Rick, I think, is the purveyor of the webcasting group on Facebook, and had a really interesting, and has generally a really good post every day. Webcasting. Is it webcasting or webcasters? I think it's webcasters. And you ought to take a look at it. Facebook.com, probably /groups/webcasters. Yep, there we go. Webcasters on Facebook. And he had a really neat post earlier this week on what every technical director wishes their sports play-by-play and color guys knew. So go, if you're doing sports that involves play-by-play commentary and color commentary, you'll definitely want to cut and paste that one and send it anonymously, of course, to your talent. Streaming Idiots TV, says Byron. All right. Mike says it can be done. Check out the Streamfest live in August to see 24-hour Streaming Idiots feed. August 25th, says Giles. That's right. That's going to be fun. We're going to originate some of it here. That's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, if you're just joining us on Facebook or what's that other one? Oh, yeah, YouTube. Feel free to come on over to easternshorebroadcasting.com, where you can get a bigger version of the chat and a bigger version of me. August 5th, not the 25th. That's right. August 5th, not the 25th. Who said the 25th? Oh, my goodness. And Rick and Jim J were able to exchange emails. That's good. I'm glad. That's part of the reason for this group, is to get folks hooked up together so that we can rise the tide and float all the boats. Let's see who might have joined us since the last time I looked through the list. Mike L., were you there? Soren Pinkel. Welcome, Soren. Glad to have you. Name is not a familiar one to me. Richard Felix. I don't think Richard was here earlier. Gerald's here. Welcome. Jerome's here. Welcome. Who else? And 1498679530389.guest. Welcome. I love it. All right. Let's see. Oh, did you know if you moused over people's names in the chat room, it showed you their picture. Isn't that cool? Or whatever the picture was that they wanted you to see. Yeah. That's cool. Some of them are like icons of different stuff. Yep, that's cool. All right. All right, Giles has said, there it is, facebook.groups/StreamFest. Oh, goodness, sorry about that. Let's see what it says. RJ has got to go. Good deal. Good to have you, man. And we need to get together, have lunch sometime. I'm not sure when I'm coming over that way, but I'll try to find an excuse. All right, StreamFest Live is a group. It's a closed group. Uh-huh. Can I be a member of this group? Apparently not. Oh, I've already joined it. Oh, there we go. All right, there we go. August 5th. Not the 25th, as people have started rumors about. Byron, glad to have you. Glad to have you, glad to have you. Giles will be publishing the latest schedule of activities for StreamFest in the next couple of weeks. So there we go. And you too can join the StreamFest group. All right, Jim's out. He's got to go sell something. Everybody have a good week. All right, Jim. Thank you, sir. Giles says, you are a member. All right. Thank you. I'm glad to be a member. Of course, do I want to be a part of a group that would have me as a member? Oh, that's good. That's rich, as they say. Rich. All right, boys and girls. I think we need to roll up the tent on this one and say, hey, there's another half-decent show. No, wasn't Ty great? Yeah, Ty was great. I agree, Dave. Great show, Tom. Ty was great. It's always nice to have good guests on to bail me out. Oh, my. It is nice. And Ty and I have been going back and forth on getting on the show for a while, and I'm so delighted that she could make it. Yep, so delighted that we can make it. All right, I've got to get Bill an X Keys. Bill ordered an X Keys like 10 minutes before the show. What were you thinking? Anyway, so we need to get that going to UPS today so that he can have it and torture test it in the 140-degree heat of Texas. Thank you, Chris. Glad that New Zealand is watching. Bye, Mike. Have a good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Whatever it might be to you. Chuck is here. Hey, Chuck, welcome. Glad to have you. We're just wrapping up, but we'll have the YouTube version of this show will be available shortly, and that'll include the pre-show, the show, and the post-show, and then I'll upload just the show later. And I used to do it because it was 1080p, but we're streaming 1080p, so I may have to not do that anymore. We'll have to see. Anyway, Giles says, good showtime. We must have a meeting. We will have a meeting of the minds. Be a short meeting in my case. Bill says that's how we rose here. Gilliam, thank you. And Gilliam, I have your email, believe it or not, and I read it about once every week to remind me that I want to get you on the show. So I haven't forgotten. Thank you, Jerome. It was indeed a great show. Thank you. Giles says it's a mind meld or a mind meltdown, as the case may be. We'll see. You guys have a great week and weekend. Next week is the, let's see. Oh, I forgot to say to my Canadian friends, happy Canada Day coming up, I believe it's Saturday. and then 4th of July here in the U.S. on Tuesday. So some important days coming up internationally. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Merle. Thank you, Guillaume. So be safe when you're celebrating. Take care of your families. And I'm going to let this roll out to some theme music. And then we will see you next time.